Introduction to Maharishi Jyotish and Maharishi Yagya program, promoting good fortune and averting problems through the science and technology of prediction and transformation. During 50 years of teaching the Transcendental Meditation technique around the world, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi also brought out a series of powerful advanced programs to accelerate the development of consciousness and further promote the growth of intelligence, creativity, health, happiness, and success already taking place through the daily practice of the Transcendental Meditation technique. In this presentation, we'd like to introduce one of these advanced programs for the unfoldment of full potential, the science and technology of prediction and transformation, known in traditional Vedic terminology as the Maharishi Jyotish and Maharishi Yagya program, or Maharishi Vedic astrology. Now, when most of us hear the word astrology, we don't immediately associate it with the word science or technology. And for some skeptics, the question arises, what can this program possibly have to offer a practical person in today's society? First of all, let's keep in mind that we're not talking about the superficial forecasts you may have seen in the back of fashion magazines while waiting in the dentist's office. This is Vedic astrology, revived in its purity and authenticity by Maharishi, the world's greatest scientist of consciousness. This is a system of analyzing and synthesizing profound knowledge of the basic creativity, intelligence, and order of nature, and man's position and relationship within that holistic structure. Like all the advanced programs of the Transcendental Meditation technique, Maharishi Jyotish and Maharishi Yagya have their source in the oldest tradition of knowledge on earth, the Vedic tradition of ancient India. In reintroducing these time-honored technologies to the world, Maharishi took great care to ensure that they would be offered in their original precision and effectiveness. Maharishi comments on the revival of the totality of the science of Vedic astrology. Don't shy away from Jyotish, because until now you have not known it. Hardly anyone has known the effectiveness of Jyotish. They know from whatever the astrologists have been predicting there and there, but in this traditional study of Jyotish is the study of one's own consciousness on a very authentic level of the text of the Ved. To put this historic revival of the technologies of prediction and transformation into perspective, we should remember that before Maharishi brought transcendental meditation to the world, the expression meditation also had similar connotations of mysticism or impracticality for a scientific age. However, Maharishi restored the correct practice of transcending, the natural, effortless, systematic procedure of transcendental meditation we enjoy today. Over the years, its wide range of benefits have been verified by hundreds of scientific studies. Like the practice of meditation, the ancient technologies of Vedic astrology had also become disconnected from their source in the field of pure consciousness, fragmented in their interpretation, and thus ineffective in their application. The restoration of the ancient tradition of astrology to its supreme level of authenticity, operating from the deepest value of nature's intelligence, has made it an integral part of Maharishi's science of consciousness, a complete science of life. This powerful discipline is once again capable of offering the possibility for everyone to plan and enjoy a successful, problem-free life now and in the future. As we already mentioned, Maharishi Vedic astrology is comprised of two components: Maharishi Jyotish, the science and technology of prediction, and Maharishi Yagya, the science and technology of transformation. First, we will consider the principles of identifying trends in life, and then the technologies prescribed to neutralize and balance those trends. Maharishi Jyotish is a precise mathematical system to calculate and understand the cycles of time inherent in nature. These patterns and sequences of natural law, which govern all of life, are concretely displayed in the beauty and precision of the movements of the sun, moon, planets, and stars. This system of analyzing the cosmos and the individual's relationship to it identifies the laws of nature responsible for events one may experience as life evolves. The technology of identifying the timing and character of trends in one's life, descriptions about everything from one's health, relationships, career, or spiritual development is possible because nature is unified at its basis and orderly and sequential in its expression. Vedic experts from India, known as maharishi jyotishis, are trained to make these calculations of the recurring cycles of natural law and interpret their effects on all areas of one's life. They then prescribe maharishi yagyas to support activities to be in alignment with these sequences already occurring in nature. In other words, life in accord with natural law. Maharishi Vedic astrology consultations with maharishi jyotishis offer the opportunity to gain an understanding of personal strengths and weaknesses and to ask detailed questions to assist in making the best decisions in the future. For instance, one could request advice on when to sell a house, or when unforeseen opportunities in business might arise, or when to avoid obstacles in travel plans, and even the onset of risk factors contributing to imbalances in our health. Parents might want to ask about their child's latent potential so they can provide proper guidance in their education or recreational activities such as their sports, their music, or their hobbies. There are so many areas of our life that can be managed more successfully with knowledge of future trends and tendencies. Let's summarize this introduction in the first main point. Main point 1. Maharishi Jyotish is a precise mathematical system to calculate and correlate the cycles of time inherent in nature and interpret their effect on all areas of one's life. The cosmic intelligence of nature displayed in the beauty and precision of the movements of the sun, moon, planets, and stars is also lively in the deepest level of human intelligence accessed in transcendental consciousness. In this way, we see that Maharishi Jyotish offers profound and practical insights into how natural law administers our own individual life as well as universal life. Having this knowledge, we can more intelligently avert problems from arising and enhance success and happiness in life. Now let's consider how prediction of future trends is possible through the mathematical calculations of Maharishi Jyotish. According to Vedic astrology, the planets and stars play an important role in the administration of natural law. This is nothing new, of course. Throughout the ages, mankind has recognized and recorded this intimate relationship between himself, the distant cosmic bodies in the heavens, and the universe as a whole. Cultures around the world have calculated the timing of events for greatest success based on their knowledge of the movements of the sun and moon. For instance, planting and harvesting of crops, timing of travel, construction of buildings, even marriage, festivals, and other major events in family and social life were all carefully considered in light of the rhythms of nature. The ancient Chinese, Africans, Mayans, Babylonians, Indians, Egyptians, and Greeks all carefully studied the cycles of natural law exhibited by the planets and stars and applied this knowledge for the betterment of life on Earth. The esteemed Greek philosopher Plato wrote about the similarity between the cycles of the cosmic bodies and orderliness in individual life. Perhaps there is a pattern set up in the heavens for one who desires to see it, and having seen it, to find one in himself. The mathematician Pythagoras also reflected on deciphering the rhythms displayed in the sky. The stars in the heavens sing a music, if only we had ears to hear. And the father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, wrote that a physician cannot safely administer medicine if he is unacquainted with astrology. It's interesting to note that findings in modern science also recognize the correlation between the movements of the sun and moon on certain physiological rhythms and functions, such as hormonal secretions, heart rate, brain waves, and breathing patterns in the individual. Physiologists continue to uncover the relationship of the cosmic bodies and the structure and function of the brain, cell, and even the DNA. For instance, recent research in the field of neurophysiology has shown the one-to-one correspondence between the planets and the inner structures and functions of the brain that govern the activity of our body, thoughts, and feelings. Physiologists continue to uncover the relationship of the cosmic bodies and the structure and function of the brain, cell, and even the DNA. For instance, recent research in the field of neurophysiology has shown the one-to-one correspondence between the planets and the inner structures and functions of the brain that govern the activity of our body, thoughts, and feelings. These studies document the subtle but significant connections between the individual and his far distant environment. And physiological functions are not the only area influenced in this way. According to Maharishi's science of consciousness, using precise mathematical systems of calculations, experts in Maharishi Jyotish can correlate all events in one's lifespan with the positions and movements of the planets and stars. With this profound insight into cosmic phenomena, it is as easy to predict trends in people's lives as it is for a gardener to anticipate the quality of fruit from the knowledge of the seed he has planted in the soil. Modern science has many examples of how future events can be predicted by applying the knowledge of the mechanics of nature's functioning. For instance, by understanding a few principles of classical physics, one could calculate the exact path of a ball about to be tossed into the air. Information such as the object's initial position, speed, or spin could allow one to accurately predict when and where it would land, as well as map any point along the trajectory of its flight. In the field of chemistry, knowledge of the properties of different chemical substances and their relationship to each other allows one to correctly anticipate the chemical reaction that will occur when they are combined. Like that, the Vedic scientists of ancient times cognized the precise system to predict future events based on the movement and cycles of the sun, moon, and stars in relation to the totality of nature's functioning. We could say that the principles and procedures of Jyotish are the synthesis of insights into natural law similar to the insights a modern scientist would have into the laws of physics, chemistry, and physiology. Some of the fundamental principles of Jyotish explain that 1. Individual life is administered by the same laws of nature that administer the infinite diversity of the universe in perfect order and harmony. 2. The sun, moon, and stars and their interactions express the total potential of this governing intelligence of natural law. 3. This cosmic activity of nature is nothing other than the supreme value of our own creativity and intelligence, lively in the field of transcendental consciousness, our own self. Therefore, we can see that the science of Maharishi Jyotish is more than just the study of the positions of the stars in the sky. It is the complete knowledge of the underlying intelligence that administers everything on earth and in the heavens, and how to access and apply it for the benefit of individual and collective life. Prediction of future events is possible because knowledge of the orderly and sequential laws of nature that govern the evolution of the universe also give us understanding of how they administer the evolution of the individual and society. The starting point for these predictions is the time and place of birth. These two variables contain the blueprint of how the universal laws of nature are functioning at the specific point in time and space. One of the tools used in the system of interpretation of these positions and relationships is called a horoscope or birth chart. The birth chart is the graphic display of the configurations of the planets and stars at the moment of birth. The maharishi jyotish experts are able to make further calculations and analyze the information contained in this chart. Their findings provide valuable knowledge about the interconnection between universal and individual life expressed as the nature and timing of future events and tendencies as they unfold. The science of maharishi jyotish explains that all the laws of nature, lively in the cosmos when and where one is born, are contained in seed form and give rise to individual expression of the laws of nature throughout the lifespan. These concentrated packets of knowledge and organizing power are similar to the DNA contained in the nucleus of each cell in the human body. All the information for the creation and maintenance of the structure and function of the physiology is carried in the DNA. Through the process of development over time, this virtual information systematically manifests, creating all the actual physiological and anatomical formations that perform the numerous functions of the body. Knowledge contained in the DNA is like a vast instruction manual for the human body. Like that, encoded in the single moment in time and space of one's birth, is information of how and when the different values of natural law will manifest in the individual's life. It is through the calculations of jyotish that the sequence and qualities of trends and tendencies can be known. One of the tools used in deciphering these codes of the interconnection between universal and individual life is the birth chart. Through maharishi jyotish services, consultations are then made using these traditional maps of the sequential unfoldment of events and trends. We then use this knowledge to manage our lives with confidence and competence. Maharishi describes the wide range of practical benefits gained by utilizing this knowledge of the laws of nature common to both man and the cosmos. Maharishi jyotish is a precious discipline of Vedic science. It's the science and technology of consciousness and commands authority over the whole range of the ever-expanding universe. Its contribution is enlightenment, self-sufficiency, invincibility, and all possibilities in the life of any individual and any nation. Let's summarize this section in main point 2. Maharishi jyotish predicts future trends through the knowledge of the orderly and sequential laws of nature that govern the evolution of both individual and the universe. Through the regular experience of transcendental consciousness, we experience the source of the orderliness found throughout creation, the unified field of total natural law. All Maharishi's technologies of consciousness develop our ability to live life in accord with nature, so our present and future steadily grow in health, wealth, and happiness. One of the most profound features of Maharishi Vedic astrology is that not only can it forecast future trends, it also provides the means to mitigate or enhance these trends and avert any misfortune before it arises. This is the role of the Maharishi Yagya program. Once the predictive technologies of jyotish identify the source and path of possible imbalances in mind, body, behavior, or environment, a maharishi jyotish expert can then prescribe remedial technologies to correct or harmonize these tendencies. These remedies to restore balance and give support for positive influences in future trends are the essential components of the maharishi yagya technologies. Their purpose is to realign individual life with the rhythms of nature so that life may continue to progress without interruption. The Maharishi Yagya program is a science of transformation. It is based on the knowledge of the structuring dynamics of nature and provides the technology to reduce negativity, avert problems before they arise, and enhance good fortune. We could say that Maharishi Jyotish describes and prescribes for future trends, while the Maharishi Yagya corrects and protects the individual from any negative influences. Together, they provide the means to systematically manage the unfoldment of future events in a life-supportive and evolutionary direction. Now, as we said earlier, the Vedic experts of prediction are called Maharishi Jyotishis. The Vedic experts of transformation who conduct Maharishi Yagyas are called Maharishi Vedic Pundits. The performance of yagyas includes the proper recitation of specific Vedic sounds by Vedic pundits in precise sequence. This system of traditional recitation has been recognized by UNESCO for its unique and precious contribution to the heritage of humanity. Vedic sounds correspond to the fundamental vibrational modes of the unified field of natural law, which creates and governs everything in the universe from within itself. Maharishi's science of consciousness brings out the understanding that because the unified field is a field of self-referral intelligence, it is also a field of consciousness. When the surface recitation of Vedic sound by Vedic pundits is anchored to a deep inner experience of pure consciousness, then their performance of Maharishi Yagya is projected from the most profound level of nature's organizing power. Stimulating this level of nature's intelligence can generate a powerful transformation on the level of the physiology and the environment. Just as in the structure of a plant, the changes on the surface, such as the color of the petal or shape of a leaf, originate from the inner level of the sap, so the dynamic outer expressions of life are also transformed from the silent level within the field of consciousness. Through proper recitation of these frequencies of nature according to the prescribed Vedic procedures, impulses or reverberations are created in the unified field of natural law that in turn enliven the nourishing qualities of nature's intelligence. These will produce specific or general positive effects in the life of an individual, family, or nation, and can even prevent unwanted tendencies before they manifest and support steady progress for one's success and fulfillment. In this way, we can understand that the Vedic pundit's awareness, established at the subtlest levels of total natural law, is essential for maximum effectiveness in the performance of Maharishi Yagyas. Therefore, like Maharishi Jyotishis, Maharishi Vedic pundits also practice transcendental meditation and its advanced programs, including yogic flying for the systematic development of consciousness. The restoration of yagya performance to its full glory is one of the great gifts Maharishi is given to raise all areas of life to higher and higher values of success, peace, progress, and prosperity. There are many kinds of Maharishi Yagyas. For instance, there are yagyas to fulfill our personal desires, such as for the well-being of our family, or improvement in health, or success in our business transactions. And yagyas can be used to remove obstacles or to accelerate progress in either specific or general areas. There are also yagya performances for weddings, for birthdays, for holidays, and all seasonal events. Every undertaking, great or small, benefits from the benevolent and harmonizing influence of the Maharishi Yagya program. Let's summarize this discussion in our final main point. Main point 3. The Maharishi Yagya program is the science of transformation based on total knowledge of the structuring dynamics of the unified field of natural law. For maximum effectiveness of Vedic performance, the awareness of the Vedic pundits must be established at the subtlest levels of total natural law, developed by regular practice of the Transcendental Meditation and TM City program. As you can imagine, there is much more to learn about the science and technology of Maharishi Vedic astrology. But at least now you have a general introduction to this precious branch of Maharishi's science of consciousness. If you'd like to learn more about the principles and application of Maharishi Jyotish and Yagya programs, we invite you to enroll in the Maharishi Vedic Astrology Online Knowledge Series. For information or to apply for the course, please email mva@globalcountry.net. mva@globalcountry.net. To apply for a Maharishi Jyotish consultation and other services, or to sponsor a Maharishi Yagya based on your birth chart, please visit www.maharshijyotishprogram.eu. Again, that is www.maharshijyotishprogram.eu. We hope you will participate in all of Maharishi's advanced programs, each designed to enhance our evolution and bring greater fulfillment to our life. As Maharishi said, these beautiful advanced programs are the golden key to living the full potential of life in higher states of consciousness, enlightenment, bringing perfect health, happiness, and the fulfillment of desires. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.